Welcome to Killer Looks. I'm Killer, and we're about to go to RELLIK SKOOL. We need to do better, and we will. We need to work together, and we will. We want to be there for each other. Because of the way, unless you a piece of shit, you family. That means something. You know, God be multiplying. I ain't went nowhere. I'll never give up on y'all. I'll never give up on any victim. I'll never give up researching on any case. One thing for certain. Killer and his fan, Killer Looks, and the RELLIK SKOOL fully evolved hybrid. Don't have respect for it, nigga. You know what time it is. It's time for a new Killer Look video.
Damn, Killer. It's so good.
The disappearance of a child is a harrowing experience that demands swift and thorough search efforts. In remote mountainous regions, the challenges intensify. Due to the rugged terrain and limited resources. However, the integration of neighborhood cameras or trail cams can significantly enhance search operations by providing crucial visual data. Killer Looks wants to explore the importance of such surveillance tools in the Summer Wells case. Neighborhood cameras or trail cams equipped with motion sensors and night vision capabilities can promptly alert authorities to any suspicious activity or individuals entering or leaving remote areas. But which cameras had these capabilities? Which cameras did not? Ben Hill Road terrain poses significant challenges to search and rescue efforts. With vast expanses of rugged landscape, often hindering visibility and access. Neighborhood cameras, strategically positioned along trails, near water sources, and at key vantage points, provide comprehensive coverage of the area, compensating for the limitation of ground patrols. This comprehensive surveillance network increases the probability of capturing crucial evidence or sightings related to Summer Wells' disappearance. In cases like Summer's, every piece of evidence is invaluable in piecing together the timeline of events and determining the child's whereabouts. Neighborhood cameras or trail cams not only serve as proactive surveillance tools, but also as passive witnesses, recording activities and movements in remote areas. This visual data, including timestamps, geolocation information, aids law enforcement agencies in reconstructing the sequence of events leading up to the child's disappearance, potentially identifying persons of interest or providing leads for further investigations. Residents living in the Beach Creek area should become active participants in the search effort, cooperating with law enforcement agencies by sharing footage and reporting any pertinent observations. This collaborative approach harnesses the collective strength of the community, amplifying search efforts and generating vital leads in the quest to locate the missing child. Here we take a look at Ben Hill Road, where Killer thinks the cameras are located. Killer was not sure how far back Redmond lived at the end of Ben Hill. although killer has heard it's all the way back with the gate. So killer just put Redmond right past Fred's place. There was a camera right across from the Wells property. Trail cams, and allegedly Jody had those put up and they got stolen, to which Andy had to go out and purchase additional ones. Jody implied on more than one occasion that Andy is the one who stole the trail cams, which would make sense if he wanted to hide his activities from that day. So that camera is out. But then we have the Thompson's camera.
You're still saying you were not on the road that day. Not just me, but Thompson has you on the road as well. Well, Fred, according to Andy, he's asked them, and they don't have any footage, supposedly. But from what I've heard, that particular neighbor is scared to even show anything. That they're scared of the Bernards. So you're saying the date is wrong on the SD cards? So now you're saying that the date's wrong on it. Is that what you're saying? The date is wrong on the SD cards? Or you're saying the date was wrong on the recording?
That's Thompson. That's the one that's got the camera here.
And we had the Thompson's camera, which is the next closest camera to the Wells property. I would assume the camera is located at the end of their long driveway, but they do live up on an incline to their house. So some clarity on this would be nice. Killer heard this camera is pretty important, as it shows Andy on Ben Hill the afternoon of the 15th. But of course, Andy says the timestamp on date, on footage, on all of this is incorrect. Man, Killer says, come on now. Come on, man. Fred already said he got you on the cam at his mom's place, Andy. Or was that at his place further down? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's Killer's understanding he turned that footage over to the police and cannot get it back. Did Fred capture Candace on his property, on those cams? Or Chad that day, and his passenger? Who was Chad's passenger that day? By the way, what all did Fred capture on those cameras besides Andy? Did Redmond capture anything on his cameras? And if he did, what did he capture? And where did he capture it? Is it really all the way in the back where the mysterious camper is? Is that where Andy went that day? Allegedly? What about the camera of Freya's on Beach Creek Road? Across from the entrance of Ben Hill. Wouldn't that have captured Andy? Or Candace? Leaving back out of the holler before calling police on the 15th? What about the red Tacoma? Was that seen on those cams? On the 15th? Maybe the 14th? Killer got so many questions and so little answers. Neighborhood cameras or trail cams serve as vigilant lookouts, capturing the movements and activities in areas where human presence may be sparse. A solid witness in the Ben Hill area of Beach Creek, where traditional surveillance methods are often impractical. These cameras offer continuous monitoring, potentially detecting vital clues related to missing summer whales. So let's discuss what all could possibly be on the cameras, what all is not on those cameras, what patterns will we notice if Andy's cameras were stolen, what all would Fred's cameras show. The closest camera we have to the Wells property, and now the Beach Creek camera location, or the Thompson camera. Will we ever be able to view any of this alleged CCT surveillance? Join Killer, and let's discuss this more. I want to know your feedback. I want to know the fans' comments. And y'all just leave that below after the content plays through. I promise. Killer from the Killer Looks channel will read each and every one of them comments. I'm desperately wanting to know each and every one of y'all's feedback. Let's do this. Clock in, clock in. One time.
We do want to encourage the public, especially residents living in the area of Ben Hill Road, to check any trail cameras or security cameras that they might have that could have captured Summer on video or in photographs.
This information that's been given to me is from somebody who is involved with law enforcement. I mean, what do you make of this photo that was dug in? Will you give me your honest opinion?
My honest opinion, I take the person who sent it to you into account. I take the option of a trail camera or something catching the miracle of God. I think the miracle of God may give us the answer in this case, which may be a trail camera. But then again, it could be absolutely nothing. Whoever wrote on this, they wrote in a color where we can't distinct really what we're looking at because it's that blue and it's hard to tell.
I know
really what we're seeing.
But it's dark. So. It's dark, you see, so it's one of those cameras. But apparently this has come from someone who's involved in law enforcement.
Well, I was parked in the road that same day because I hauled 67 miles that day. And Andy come in about between 3 and 3:30, somewhere around there. And I had to pull out of the road, let him by. But see that truck, I had to pull out of the road up here when I loaded one, when that truck went in. And then it come back out and it set up there. That's where light pole is in the road. As I was in that, I hauling junk that day. I was hauling a bunch of old cars and stuff out. And like Andy, he was in here that day.
I want to talk to him. Can you do
And he swears at down, he's at work. He ain't. Because he was in here at 3 o'clock.
So
Because I had to pull over and let him by. And they had Toyota truck. That's Jody's mom's. He's hollering that he's at work and he's on video and stuff. He might have been at certain times, but I know he was in here at that time because he's on camera.
Oh, really?
There's a camera down the holler that everybody is in here on. I mean, the FBI's got all the pictures.
At 24 fucking hours when it's been 13 months since I left? I don't know when the fucking camera was bought.
And that's another.
Useless information that don't pertain to my everyday life.
No, it ain't fucking useless information, dude, because if that camera was there, it could have had footage on it that fucking would have found this little girl. What the fuck are you talking about? And why the fuck are you out here if you don't give a shit about what was there?
The cameras and the SIM
What the hell
cards
are you doing?
You need to go after her because she had control of everything. He didn't leave till September. I had no control over anything, could not go back to the property or anything. Any information of it, it would have been her.
But you were together with Jody Sue when you both...
Just because I'm with Jody Sue or was with Jody Sue don't mean that I paid attention to everything that woman did at all times of the day. I had other shit better to worry about than what she was doing while I was at work. Anything like that.
Trail cameras could have helped
And
find
so
that.
far, Kergardner says I'm lying. I've pretty much told the truth
knows
about
he's lying.
everything that I can remember. And if I misspoke on something,
let me ask you, Andy. Let me ask you, Andy.
When I speak, I am speaking. I let you speak.
Why did you tell Jody Sue that you was the last one to see Summer's dead body?
I did not say I seen Summer's dead body.
She said you did.
I said that I had a dream that I seen Summer's dead body.
There was camera, alright? There was camera hardware. It was purchased not for dogs, so it was purchased for all the crazy motherfuckers from out of state and otherwise coming to look at the property. And because there had been shit occurring for a little while that we felt sketchy. However, what was happening was I had moved it, right? And they needed more wire. It wasn't long enough where we wanted a camera. And so we're waiting on more wire. And so it wasn't running that day. And shit, right? Trail cams were not. You know, whatever. Anyway, thing is, cameras are really now this place's business. They're not. It's something, when, where, what, who had, who did not have cameras, and when, where, etc. they were located or not. It's not Carl's business. And if you're truly about Summer, their salted earth, you'll stop. It's something this place has always wanted. It's dangerous. It's not something that should be out publicly. It's something that could very well harm our pigs. So shut the whole fuck up about the pigs. Shut the whole fuck up about it. Common sense tells you shut the whole fuck up. It's none of your goddamn business. The locations of all the cameras in the area and who had what and where they're located are none of your goddamn business nor the internet's. Alright? When or where anything was placed. No suspect or person involved in this needs to be made aware of that. And that's exactly what that could be used for.
Like, my cameras were hardwired, right? But I had moved them and had not hooked them back up yet because I was changing their positions, and that's something else, like, you kick yourself in the ass for every day. Had I just, gotten more cord, had I just done this, it's like there was no way those would have missed anything. And if it hadn't been for Jackie Dobbs, cameras wouldn't be moved anyway. So I'm like, thanks a lot, guy.
Jody Sue has also said previously that the cards in her cameras were taken out by someone else on the next hill.
My trail cams were indeed erased, and we did report that to law enforcement, and we reported why. And no, they were not erased or messed with by JD. It was by the next hill, and for a reason that I now suspect was more nefarious than I thought then.
My thought was they got Andy Jr. to bring her to the road and dropped her and handed her to Andy. Andy meant that blue vehicle right here, passed her off to it.
Okay, because you didn't think that he went all down there.
Andy didn't pass his cameras.
Yeah.
He had to pass her off right here if they was passed off. And then my thought is, well, from Don, Andy Jr., getting her from Don's, bring her to the road, giving her to Andy, and then Andy bring her to the blue truck right here. And then this blue truck taking her to the white HHR. See, that's a big transaction, just boom, 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 boom. And then if anybody's seen anything on the road, then if they say, well, we seen her get in this vehicle, and then they search that vehicle, she's not in it. You see that.
They keep moving vehicles, it makes it harder to find her.
Yes.
So this is the turnaround that you think possibly, that it would have had to been here because he wasn't on cameras past this point.
No.
And that's a really good turnaround area.
I mean, that's where everybody used to turn that come in here.
Yeah.
If we can just figure out who's got the blue truck and the white HHR, that would put a big step up in the case, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially that blue truck.
Yeah, the blue truck.
Well, both of them.
The blue truck was on camera, but it never showed the tag number nowhere. And the windows was so dark tinted and them up that you couldn't even see in. You could see that there was two people in it from through the windshield, but you couldn't tell if they was who they was or not.
Right. So, and that's probably was on purpose, so nobody could see.
Most likely. But see, the white HHR was never on camera that I know of anywhere. But why did it sit there 3 days up to Summer going missing every day for 3 days? And why did Journey say that Candace was packing a suitcase for Summer 3 days and stuff? Kids don't lie,
Oh, right, yeah. So we're back at, this is Simpson Drive, or Road, yeah.
It said Simpson Road. I always thought Simpson Lane because that's what it used to be, Simpson Lane.
Okay. Probably either one would be fine.
That's all I ever know.
This is more Thompson, the first camera driveway. So,
and I know I can't get in trouble for nothing.
I know they're trying to scare you. So, how do people not notice like the way you react versus like Andy and stuff, like how worried he acts, or Don? I mean, Andy.
I was guilty of dealing drugs. I shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah.
I was guilty of that. But even when they pulled the footage and stuff off my cameras, I mean, in 2 weeks, there was 4 different vehicles that they could link that was coming buying dope off of me.
Yeah.
And they were just been in like, in 2 weeks, I was trying to think how many times that they had said that they had been in. Because they told me up front, you know. I mean, I didn't know when Summer, Dawn set me out and stuff like that. I didn't know that it was just a matter of time, you know,
Yeah.
with everything. And I done accepted it. And I'm grateful that it did happen, you know. I'm really grateful that it did happen like it is. I mean, I'm still going through a lot of hell over it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But I'm grateful that it has happened. But see, from that camera to this camera's a long ways, you know. To the first camera on my place, or Dad's place. But I had the cameras up to know if the law was watching me run my dope or not. Was they coming in and out while I went home? First one thing another.
The what? You mean the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see anything on the road now, really. But for right here would be. Wait, isn't this where?
This is the last bridge.
The thing about the red truck, why, if Andy was on camera, why wasn't the red truck on camera? Well, for one, we don't know. There's no camera until Thompson driveway. For one. For two, we don't even know that the red truck was on Ben Hill. We just know it was in the area. Because this is one of those things that was used I'm just bringing that up because it kind of goes along with what I'm saying. Context is super important. Andy's asking.
He don't need to talk to me. He needs to go talk to TBI. He needs to talk to me.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Look what he said. Are you serious, Carolyn? That's kind of creepy. Did you see this? Fred. Look. He said that he would drive to Indiana to talk to you all in person. That's what he just texted me.
It'd be a bad idea for him.
Yeah, dude, don't come here. What, you could not hear Fred, what he say? Fred told him that he needs to go talk to TBI, not him. He's done playing games with them. Like, it's freaking annoying. He's just trying to interrupt it, and we're doing is reviewing Killer Looks.
That's just like Jody Sue wants to set on like camera dates and stuff on. How she know what camera dates my cameras has got on?
Yeah, I mean, camera dates are wrong. When the cameras weren't all one person's cameras, like they were different people's cameras. So all these cameras are a wrong date, Jody Sue.
Mine told come down to what temperature it was. It was like, what?
I kind of freaking take it as a threat, him saying he's going to come up here to Indiana. Like, honestly, that's kind of creepy, dude.
Well, he was done being on camera at Knoxville, stalking me in Knoxville. Like that ain't been put out there yet. Just like a while ago, he was trying to implant that was Chad's truck. Chad was in way after Andy was in, and it wasn't the same truck that followed Andy out. How do you know? Chad was on camera as well.
It's interesting, though, that he said that it was Chad's truck.
Yeah. But Chad's is a Ford truck.
That's pretty funny.
Extended cab Ford truck.
He would have just been honest from the beginning and said he was on.
He's hiding to be and to work.
I mean, if they really, like, if you were really somebody.
It makes you wonder why he's so worried, though. You know?
I know.
What makes you wonder what he's hiding to be so worried about everything?
Do you think it would have been better if he would have just been honest from the beginning and said he was on the road? Like, if, I mean, allegedly.
Just like a while ago, he was trying to implant that was Chad's truck. Chad was in way after Andy was in, and it wasn't the same truck that followed Andy out. That evening. Chad was on camera as well.
It's interesting, though, that he said that it was Chad's truck.
Yeah. But Chad's is a Ford truck.
That's pretty funny.
Extended cab Ford truck. With silver streak.
Pretty funny.
Big silver streak down the side.
Good one. Good one, Andy.
And totally different shade of blue, too.
Yeah. See, Andy knows that Chad Arnold drives a blue truck. Mm-hmm. And everybody knows that Chad Arnold was on the road that day that Summer went missing. Mm-hmm. And so now Andy wants to say the blue truck was Chad Arnold. No, Fred knows Chad Arnold's truck very well. He would know if it was Chad Arnold's blue truck. It's not.
I mean, this was a Chevrolet truck, a smaller truck.
So no.
Notice Andy said big truck. I never said whether it was a big truck or small truck. I just said a dark blue Chevy truck, single cab. I said that for a reason, to try to see who said something about it being a small truck or whatnot.
I don't know. Your memory is much sharper than mine.
But the blue truck I'm talking about is a smaller truck like Dawn's truck.
Is it? You said it's dark blue. Is it dark blue, like almost black? Didn't it? Isn't that what you said?
Almost black. It was a dark blue.
And that's not the one that had the out-of-state tags.
I don't know. The tag never was on camera. That's one of them that was.
Yeah, and it was so tinted you can't make out anything. Allegedly.
And the windows was tinted so dark you couldn't see in other than through the windshield.
And you're going to recognize, regular trucks.
Yeah,
you're going to see the normal people. You know what I mean?
It hadn't been the vehicle that I'd ever seen in a hall.
Yeah, so you're going to pay attention to that. Because you're going to be like, that's a weird truck,
Because when you're in the...
Oh, it happened one time. RELLIK SKOOL. What deep is that?
And it was also on camera.
The case with...
I like how he's like...
And it was also on camera at Zummer's at 5:30 something. On the 15th to get gas.
Yeah, Fred just wanted to add that in too, just real quick. He's like, Andy was on camera too.
Claim the Andy's movements that they should be easy to verify. It says Andy could be seen on surveillance cameras driving up and down the fucking road, which would directly contradict Andy's alibi being at work. And Fred is telling the truth.
Yeah, Fred just wanted to add that in too, just real quick. He's like, Andy was on camera too at 5:30 at Zoomers, getting gas. At least you know that Fred's telling the truth when he entered about Andy being on the road. It is nice getting that validation from having somebody else who has seen it too, you know what I mean?
Candace didn't go that far in the horror day.
Yeah, but
they had the gates.
We don't know
they
where
had the
these
gates up and locked, from what I understand.
Oh, there's gates that block the road off?
Yes, right there at Ed Redmond's, right past his driveway. You gotta have a key and stuff to get through there.
Who has the key?
Ed.
Well, what if it's Ed?
Ed and the landowner.
Ed is quite sus, so...
I know.
No. She said she opened the gate on the interview room.
What?
See, I don't know how much footage that Ed turned in or whatever, you know, but what people's got to understand too, that the Tennessee Game and Fish has cameras in that holler too.
Yeah.
Because of certain animals and stuff that they stocked in there. They've got cameras in that holler. I know for a fact they got cameras.
I would hope that they checked a bunch of those cameras to see if anybody was caught on them, you know, hiding anything.
I just like Ed Redmond having them 2 cameras at the bottom of my driveway, one on my camper and one on my driveway, you know.
He has the hunchback and chews a toothpick. Go back and watch TIR. Who's that? He has the hunchback. Who does? Ed. Does Ed have a hunchback?
Ed don't have no hunchback, no. But John Smith's wife's got a big hunchback. Ed ain't got no hunchback at all. And I don't never know if Ed is chewing on no toothpick or not.
The one that chews on toothpicks, wasn't it? Isn't George do that? For some reason, I was thinking George Bernard does that. Somebody had found out he does it.
Ed don't chew on nothing.
Really? Remember Jody Sue said, did you show Ed the pics? Yeah, she did say something like that in the text, didn't she? Wasn't that in text when Evil entered? Isn't that when she said that? Saying that to Andy? Yep.
I do know that Dawn was home before the first 2 officers arrived, for a fact. So does that mean Andy was done home? But I know Dawn was home earlier that morning, leaving with the boys in the red Subaru around 9:30 that morning. And then I know Andy was in the holler. Going back out with the blue truck at 347 because he's got both of them on camera, bumper to bumper on 347 going out. That was at 165 camera. That had them bumper to bumper. But Andy was back at Zoomer's at 5:30 something getting gas. So I don't know if he went back to work and come back to Zoomer's or what.
You're saying on that one, that's what you saw him on? Oh, see.
So he could have been looking for that truck, you know.
Wow. Maybe he was out looking for that truck. That's crazy. Wow. This is even more like interesting because like if he was on that road, then he would have had to have been on Ben Hill if he was on that road, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he could have been gone through Beach Creek.
No, it's on Ben Hill.
Yeah, but it goes to Beach Creek. Or no, it doesn't.
No, there's a gate.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. I mean, if it was on that road, that's right before he got to Thompson's camera, which he was on the Thompson's camera as well, going in the holler too. So like 6, 7 cameras he was on that day on the road.
His life is on the line, and I get it, but I'm sorry. Like, if you need to speak up on what you know, dude.
She said also a black Escalade, but they wasn't no Escalade on my cameras.
You didn't see anybody,
No.
but you did see some. Didn't you say something? That you did say something about a black Escalade one time.
They showed the picture of an Escalade at Blue Roof Don's in his driveway. Somebody did a picture.
I just remember you mentioning something about there was supposed to be a black Escalade or something on the road too, but that you didn't see it or something like that.
Yeah, it was mentioned that there was supposed to be a black Escalade on the road that day, but only one I seen was one of a photo of one sitting in the Blue Roof Don's driveway. Supposed to be by car parts or something. That's what I was told. I don't know. But it was never on no camera of mine. No Escalade button.
He says the date was wrong. Oh, that's what he told us too. So both the cameras' dates must be wrong because that's two different cameras that he was seen on. The camera you're talking about is a different camera than Fred's talking about.
Yeah, that makes
two different cameras with wrong dates.
I had 5 cameras, and then Thompson camera is 6 cameras. That was 7 cameras.
And then whichever one she saw, yeah.
Yeah, that makes 7 cameras right there. How could all of them be wrong? No, no, so. Come on, Angie.
Yeah.
But see, what people don't understand, Don and Andy's one that owed the drug debt in Knoxville, supposedly by what I'm told. But Don having to give up his daughter for that. Andy's going to have to do some part to get
right,
it there.
Andy's going to have to do his part too.
Yeah.
So
that blue truck. That is the only time
you guys, I got new information. Like so also somebody let me know yesterday that Andy was seen, that they had seen footage of Andy on camera at 3:37, and that's interesting because Fred said 3:47, the timestamp that he saw, going, and he said Andy was going out of the holler, and in the picture that he was shown.
But this is on a different road, though.
Yeah, and it was a different road, and yeah, but this other person is stating they saw footage of Andy on Simpson Road. Off of Ben Hill at 3:37 p.m. Eastern time on the 15th. You can't get to Simpson Road without going to Ben Hill, guys. There's a gate that stops you from accessing it, Simpson, by vehicle from Beach Creek. You have to go down Ben Hill Road. There's someone that did see footage law enforcement has correct, not just once but twice. Oh yeah. Well, it's because there's several cameras back there. There's several people who have. It's not just one camera, and that's what. And somebody asked him about that, about him being on Simpson Road at 3:30. This person said that they asked Andy and said that Andy told him that the date was wrong. So all these cameras back there, there's more than one camera, guys. It's not just one camera. So all these cameras, the one that Fred saw is a completely different camera than this other person saw.
It was my camera, and I seen him on the Thompson camera, but I also got him on 3 different cameras.
Yeah.
Not 5, 3.
I thought Fred seen Andy come in and there was a woman with me. As he was not with Andy anymore. No, that's a different vehicle.
No, that's a total different vehicle. It was a Mississippi tag that was supposedly going to Richard or Ed Redmond's.
Law enforcement told.
The law enforcement said that she was a student coming in to visit. So I don't know.
Yeah, that one was supposedly explained to be she was driving like a Jeep? Why was I thinking Jeep? I don't know.
I can't even remember.
Actually it had to have been a vehicle. It was a car. She was the Mississippi tag. She supposedly was in. She was probably supposedly in town, or visiting from college. I guess that would make sense because it would have been near toward the beginning of summer break.
That truck's still in the holler for a while and been in the holler probably 15 minutes or so before Andy even come in.
Mm-hmm.
But it was almost like it was waiting on Andy to get there or something, because as soon as Andy goes in and stuff in there for a little bit, then they both come out bumper to bumper. And that's the timestamp was 3:47, both of them on that one camera.
Both of them were on that picture, 3:47, bumper to bumper. Who the hell is that, Andy? Who's in the blue truck? Tinted windows,
Yeah,
GMC Chevrolet body style, single
cab.
cab, dark blue, almost could be mistaken for black.
Canyon, I think, what they call it.
A Canyon?
I think so.
Is the brand?
Yeah, I think it's a Canyon.
Front tag or back tag for the Mississippi?
Huh?
Did they have front tag or back tags, Mississippi? Mississippi girl.
Uh-huh.
Was her tags on front or back?
This back, as I seen.
Back is what you saw? Did anyone get out of the truck? No, he didn't. You didn't. Did you see anybody get out of the truck?
No.
No.
I never seen nobody get out of the truck or nothing.
They were just, you saw them just sitting there?
Yeah, they just sitting there.
But the windows were so tinted, you couldn't see. You could see.
You could see through the windshield a little bit, but you couldn't see through the side windows or the back window. I mean,
Footage of Andy on the road, please.
Ed Redmond should have tag numbers on that truck, pictures, because he's got cameras everywhere. I mean, any which way you turn up there at his property in his driveway should have the tag number.
Yeah.
But see, the other cameras I had, the way they sitting on the side of the road, when they go by, it take a picture, but you could tell the beat making or whatever, color and stuff.
But a lot of times you wouldn't see the license plate.
Yeah.
It would just take a picture. See, if they were on camera, that means that Fred Hill was on camera seeing them on camera. Wait, what? See, if they were on camera, that means Fred was on camera seeing them on camera.
Yeah.
What's that mean? Seeing Fred was on camera.
Yeah, Andy was on camera. I was on camera.
Yeah, Fred was on camera. Yeah.
Everybody in and out of the hall was on camera that day.
Every time you ask Andy a question, I don't remember, but boy, he sure remembers lying about the day he was on the road. Oh, he sure remembers Jackie Dobbs situation. So that girl asked, did they show the footage to you and ask to identify the vehicles that you saw on the road? And I know these answers. I'm just letting you hear.
Yes.
I'm answering.
I mean, the ones that they showed me from was Thompson's camera.
Yeah, that's the footage that you saw.
But
they were still shots.
Yeah.
He saw still shots of that camera.
No video.
The law enforcement showed Fred still shots, not video.
Mm-hmm.
But Fred did have trail cam, and your trail cams only took still shots, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the issue. That he had trail cams that only took still shots.
You could set them up to take video, but mine was set up to take still shots.
The reason why Fred knows where the truck and Andy supposedly met is because Andy was not on camera.
Not on the last
two cameras. He was not on the last two cameras on Ben Hill Road. So that means that he had to have turned around before he got to the last two cameras somewhere. And the only place you could do that was at that turnaround, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's where the bus used to turn around back when they were kids.
And it's in between David Base's driveway and 207.
So, guys, this is how we see what I'm talking about. All people have to do is sit here and listen to us talk. This is our conversations 24/7. How the fuck would this just be Fred making this shit up? Like, come on.
My understanding of why they take over, they never did get it on camera nowhere, because it was on Beach Creek and Simpson Loop instead of in and out of the holler. He was never seen on no camera in and out of Ben Hill Road.
The person that witnessed the red truck on the 15th was said to be be postal or government worker, remember? Really? Well, the thing is, the red truck wasn't seen on Ben Hill, so was it? I mean, on camera that you saw. He didn't see nobody. I mean, he didn't see a red truck on. So when they say in the area, it must have been like kind of like the HHR. What time's the mail run there?
The evenings.
And Ben Hill.
Well, it varies. They work from 1 to about 3:30.
1 to 3:30,
Yeah.
so afternoon.
Yeah, but Ed didn't run that area. He ran a different area. If we're talking about Ed.
He didn't deliver mail in the Beach Creek area.
Not that area.
It was garbage day as well, they're saying, wasn't it? Well, they didn't have garbage pickup out there.
They did to a certain point. I mean,
Over at 110, they picked up trash over at 110?
Andy and them was paying for something to be picked up.
Huh?
There's a private company that would come and pick up a little bit of trash.
If they hired them.
Yeah.
Redmond had that picture of a green snake, and this is the first time I heard of him working for Don. No, Don worked for him.
Yeah. Don was hanging sheetrock for him.
Don was hanging sheetrock for him.
Don and somebody else. I don't know who it was.
Don and somebody else, but Fred doesn't know who it is.
Because they were two in Don's truck when they go in up there to work.
That'd be interesting to know who that other person was. How early on, I mean, when did law enforcement become aware, like,
The same evening someone went missing.
they knew about the white HHR that day?
I told them that evening that what I
wonder why
seen.
they didn't put a bolo out for that, maybe they have it on camera.
Oh.
Because
But see, they stated that there was Don's one that stated that he seen a yellow sedan
speeding away.
speeding on Beach Creek. Then they tried to turn that around that the law seen it speeding on Beach Creek. Don's one that told the law that he seen one speeding on Beach Creek as he was coming to Ben Hill Road. There wasn't no fluffy dog on it.
That you saw, yeah. Well,
Maybe she didn't have a dog in. She was by herself. She looked like she was probably 19, 20-year-old or something.
and yeah, and True's boyfriend is supposedly a vice lord, allegedly. So it's really strange, like, you know, this blue van being seen on the road back on the 15th and it being a mixed girl in the passenger seat that Fred believes, like, now to be true. I mean, it looked like her. What was unique about that? How did blue van look? How did it look? Like the one that you saw, the mixed girl.
Well, they had the sliding door was open on it. On the side, they had it open on it. I was trying to think.
Driving with it like that?
Yeah. When it went by the Thompson camera, it was like that coming back out of the holler.
Huh.
But my sister's van had a maroon bumper on it, but there's a van that had a white door, and then there's a different van that had a fender, different color fender on one side. And all three vans is exact same color. Same shade of blue and everything. It's a real pale light blue.
I mean, Don wasn't on camera in the holler.
Don wasn't on camera.
Candace.
The only one on camera is Candace. Don, and then there was no cameras up there at the beginning of the hauler. So that's why what people don't understand, there was no cameras until you got to around Simpson Lane, right?
Yeah.
on Ben Hill. Right when you get around there is when you reach your first camera.
On Ben Hill is the first camera. It's the Thompson's camera, right past Simpson Lane. But the new picture that come out of Andy being on Simpson Road, I didn't know that they did cameras on that road, but they've got him on camera on that road.
I wonder what footage they saw. I'm not sure what footage they saw. I thought it was the Simpsons, or the Simpsons, the Thompsons, but
yeah, it was on Dr. Field that Candace said she seen a blue truck. And Donna saying, no, it was red or something.
and it was just not refreshed. Sorry about that.
I mean, Chad was there when Candace was there at my place. I didn't even know Chad had been there until later, you know. Tried for some footage.
Yeah, you didn't know he was coming by or anything. So
the way my cameras was, my last camera on Ben Hill, it was at the bottom of 207 on that light pole, and it didn't show nothing up my driveway or nothing toward the camper and stuff. So I don't know if anybody actually got out or whatnot. Once they pulled in right there past the camera on the bottom, you can't see it if they pull off the road.
oh, you couldn't see if so you wouldn't know if Candace
You can see them coming into the driveway right there a little bit, but or is anything else you can't. Just like when Chad was on camera on coming in and out of the holler that day, on my cameras he was by himself.
Yeah, so I mean
that's all I can say about that. I mean, I've seen that with my own eyes that he was by himself on cameras, on my cameras, you know. But that don't mean that somebody company got out somewhere before the cameras or something. I mean, it could have been possible that maybe Bill Bitton had been with him because he stayed with Chad a lot, you know, too.
Oh, really?
I thought about it a lot. They could have been a possibility that maybe Chad could have let Bill out down there or something other. At Don and him driveway or something. I don't know. Because me and Bill wasn't on good terms that good. Me to talk, but we wasn't on good terms.
yeah. I didn't know. Isn't Bill Benton kind of bad news?
Well, I never know that he just as an alcoholic or a dope addict. Other than that, I mean,
You haven't heard of any shady shit?
he had a murder charge on him that he full time for and brushed him out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that Bill Benton was in prison for murder.
Scared of Bill, but that was him and the boy got into it and fighting and stuff, and they both had knives, and he cut that boy on the back of the leg, blowed the knee, and that boy went to go to the hospital and he bled out.
The guy bled to death, and he went to go to the hospital, and so he did like what 15 years or something. Bill Benton did 15 years for some kind of manslaughter or murder or something. As far as this footage, we know that Fred's sister went into we know for a fact, we are pretty certain the evil sister is in possession of it. Fred wonders if she's blackmailing Andy with it. I don't know. But she went in there, freaking took all the freaking computer devices, grabbed a whole pile of them, busted holes out of the fucking ceiling. And I know this because there was somebody with her that was like, what the fuck? That had no idea that she were going to start doing that. Anyways, but there's other footage. It's not just Fred's.
I mean, they had camera footage of him being on Simpson Lane too, Simpson Road off of Benton Hill.
Yeah, now somebody's come forward, and no, I'm not putting it out there who specifically. They can, if they want to. Somebody's come forward now and said that they have seen footage from another, I'm guessing, security system. They've seen footage of Andy on the road, on Simpson Road, off Ben Hill at 3:37 p.m. Eastern Time on a different camera. Yeah, Ash Cash, he went past his house. Where he was?
See, supposedly he was on camera that a camera disappeared from too on Fields Road.
Oh, supposedly he was on Fields Road too, on cameras, allegedly.
But that was his property where he pulled in. There was a camera on that gate, which supposedly disappeared afterward, though. But
and he never came out? He never came out? Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't know if it was they ever turned it in.
Oh, you don't know if they ever turned it in. Oh, the one on Fields. Yeah. Why are they saying they were at work? Why did Fred see Dawn at about 9:30 coming off his driveway with the boys in the Subaru, right? Subaru. Yeah, and we just need people to get it. Now, it made so much more sense to me once I realized, okay, there was no cameras like between Beach Creek, as far as we know, from Beach Creek to until past 125, close to Simpson Road. So,
well, Hopkins County had a camera at across from Ben Hill Road, but I've never seen no footage from it. But I do know that
supposedly they had one. Yeah, I wonder which way it was pointing. Exactly, like what it got.
Yeah, I just wonder what all it got myself. But the blue truck and why they say car is vital too to the case, I feel like. And Dobbs has come forward and talked about seeing the YHHR the 14th and 15th.
Yeah, now Dobbs confirms that. How come we keep having people confirm things that Fred said, and that doesn't happen with these other people?
That's Dobbs in the area too on the 15th by him saying that. Where people lets on like he wasn't in the area, he was seen on Ben Hill Road supposedly.
Well, it puts him in the area, but it doesn't put him on Ben Hill Road exactly. I mean, he could have been driving by technically, I guess. And you've got to share it, So Candace was said to have been seen on Light Hollow Road by Jason. Who's Jason? Jason.
Light Hollow Road by Jason.
Who's Jason?
I don't know no Jason on Light Hollow Road.
Jody is on tape saying Andy first saw Candace at Mount Carmel Church and she told him Summer was missing. Who's Jason on Light
Mount Carmel Church? First of all.
What'd you say?
Why would Andy be down at Mount Carmel Church first of all?
Why would Andy be down at Mount Carmel Church, he said.
I mean, but he was seen on Fields Road, so on 15.
Fred said he didn't know if there was any cameras on Light Hollow Road in Sullivan County or not.
I'm sure somebody's got one somewhere.
You would think so.
I'm sure they had some at the dead end back there at that church, I think, but I'm not 100% on that. They had cameras back at one point.
So
I don't know when they was.
So I can't say who because they want to remain anonymous, but we need to find out who that church is affiliated with back there on Light Hollow Road, right? In Hawkins, right?
Lot Road.
Light Road. Fred talked to somebody yesterday or the day before about that church that's back there and asked what that church was or who that church. There's some kind of
associated with.
who it was associated with, huh?
There's no church back.
There's no church back there, but there's some kind of
They was associated with.
there's some kind of like camp or something, right?
Yeah, it's just a camp.
Do you want to see Killer Look's latest video? It's pretty interesting. Fred was watching it last night, but
there was some of it that I thought was off somewhat.
he didn't understand.
I watched it, yes, I watched it, but from where he was stating the footprints are supposed to be seen and stuff was a little bit off, but not much. But where he was saying the footprints are seen, there's a big, right after Summer went missing, they built a big, well, he was going on when Summer went missing. Like a bunch of houses back in between Fields Road and going back in towards Bell Road before you get to the end of Simpson Loop, where Simpson Loop comes out on the next to Mount Carmel Church.
Your stomach's going crazy.
I know. Well, I'm not crazy. Sweet, right, sweet.
He's a smart young guy who Killer Looks. Yeah, he is. He has I could tell, has a really high IQ.
But I mean, the place that they built back in there.
Oh no! I'm sorry, brown-eyed girl. I'll change it.
All kinds of cameras and stuff on the road. If you even stop in front of it, they come out and pull guns on you and everything. You know.
Who does that? Whoever.
People were Killer was trying to show that they had found footprints, but he was looking.
So where Killer was talking about is where it's like an area that there's people who come out with guns and stuff. If you go on their property.
I mean, you just stop in the road in front. I mean, on Beach Creek in front of their property or anything.
Who is it?
I don't know who they are.
I think I've heard you talk about them before. Yeah. About how they just come out of nowhere and
they just come out of nowhere pretty much, and it seemed like 1 week they wasn't nothing there, and then a couple of weeks that hell they had all kinds of houses and shit built back through there.
So they have a little their own little community.
Like a community way it looks like to me, or the way I'm taking it. You know.
You don't know what kind of community. Mm-hmm. Me and Fred were just talking about the camera thing too. Law enforcement had permission. He said law enforcement had permission to pull footage off the cameras like every so often. He didn't have like an end date. But he was just talking about how we're basically fucked, the SD cards being taken by who we think is his sister. We believe was in all the electronics that she stole out of the fucking camper. She's all buddy. I wouldn't be surprised if she was one of the people that was up on the hill during this incident with Bill Benton.
Who's that?
Your sister.
I don't think so. Because he incriminated herself on some of it. Okay.
Maybe that's why she wanted to take it because there's but see, it doesn't matter, Karen, if you took it because it's law enforcement still has it, so it is what it is. If you're trying to save yourself from something. And law enforcement had access to those cameras for every so often afterwards, too, after Summer went missing, too. It was part of the agreement that they could access it every so often. Or I guess it was an agreement. Fred agreed to it. They asked to, and they.
Yeah, it is a verbal agreement.
Yeah.
But Dawn was already there when the first officers got there. Also, the lady or the pictures that they showed you, like the surveillance and stuff, there was that blue van that had the girl that now you believe to be true. It was a mixed girl in a blue van, missing passenger door, back door was missing, right? Or was open.
It was open. The sliding door was open.
Yeah, the sliding door on the side was open.
And she was sitting in the passenger seat back up till he was driving.
Right. So, like, it makes you wonder, was Hunter there? You know what I mean?
But the only camera that was on was just a Thompson's camera. And
which would have meant they didn't go very far. They might have turned around at Simpson or something.
Well, they had to pass Simpson's up, but there's a spot you could turn around right past Thompson's camera. But see, it didn't catch them going in, it caught them coming out. The picture they showed me, they never showed me a picture of it going in. But they was never on my cameras past that point.
Hunter's girlfriend is mixed also, yeah. Somebody else mentioned that, right? Because that's why I'm saying, like, at the time, Fry didn't know at all, had never even heard of True or seen her. You know what I mean? So when they showed him the picture early on, he didn't know who she was.
Redmond's from Alabama.
He is?
Mm-hmm. That's where his plates and stuff on his vehicles was going back to, was Alabama. Dave Redmond.
Was somebody asking?
Power Girl said something about it. But
it's from Mississippi, so it must have been his. Well, they said that the Mississippi girl, they said that girl that went to school in Mississippi was coming in to visit the Redmond, was family.
She was coming in from college to visit, but
Fred had never seen that vehicle back there, but hopefully this doesn't get a bunch of. But maybe he did. Did he live in? Did he live in Mississippi?
I don't know.
I mean, I would guess so. He probably did. He probably did if he has family there, or maybe not.
But they put a big community in on the creek down there now.
I mean.
Right below where the footprints are supposed to be found. They built a bunch of houses and stuff back there now. Where it looks like a landing strip going in there. They got guard gate and all that. Yeah. They could go off the highway. Got all them cameras everywhere and guard gate and all that. And if you stop there, they come out with armed and stuff.
Huh. Yeah, that's a weird community.
I mean, it just went up. It went up after someone like this and not long. It almost seemed like it went up within a couple of weeks or something. Go down through there and not see nothing, and next time you go down the road or something, you'll see all kinds of houses and stuff built back to us. And it's all hidden, and it runs back to Bell Road. From Beach Creek to Bell Road.
Yeah, it's like some kind of community or something, right?
Yeah, that's the way it appears to be. And see, a lot of people out of New York and stuff would come down, take pictures and stuff, where there was some trail cameras set up and stuff around the area. The people out of New York was down here and stuff picking up dope.
Remember our convos about that subject? Yes.
And
I think
Tennessee, and I was trying to think there's 2 other states, but I can't think where that was.
Let's try this one. I kind of wonder if it'll be better so they can hear you. New York, you say? Says Holler Girl.
Yeah, but this has been back probably. I don't know. I just have to look up when Jack got killed. When that shootout was.
About
Moonshine Girl could tell us a lot more about that. About the dates of that.
Yeah.
Kind of see Stanley, her baby's daddy, is one of them that was in that shooting up there.
formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.